Hi everyone. In the agentic era, the future of data analytics is all about proactive insights. I'm going to show you a quick demo on how our customers have been using Lumi to optimize their supply chain and retail operations. And to do that, I'll start off in my inbox. What we're looking at here is essentially an email sent by Lumi alerting the user, in this case an inventory planner, about an excess inventory position at one of the retail locations. This is Lumi being proactive. You just have to go looking for the problem, it comes to them. Clicking on the link opens up the platform, and what we can see here is an expanded view of the insight. First, I want to draw your attention to the transparency. So Lumi shows you the full details on how it was generated, including the prompt that was used, as well as the explanation and assumptions used. You can see the code, the actual SQL code that was used to dynamically generate the answer as well. There is no black box here. It's all about building trust through being very transparent with the users. All the visualizations are highly customizable, and so you can make some really stunning visualizations as you'd like. There's also an AI summary of insights over here, and calling out, you can see location 87 has much higher weeks of supply. There's an overstocking, and there's also opportunities for inventory balancing. That's this outlier over here that it's calling out. And to explore this a bit further, let's say we want to look at any inventory rebalancing opportunities, all I can simply do is click drill down. And upon doing that, we're now in the chat module. So something about Lumi is that it's very seamless. You jump from one module to another very easily. And now that we're in the chat module, we have the data already preloaded. So we see the chart, we can see the underlying table as well. I can choose to copy or download this into CSV as needed. There's a summary of findings as well, and clickable follow-ups. This is Lumi thinking alongside you, giving you what the next best recommendation is, given kind of the insight that we're seeing over here. But since we want to zoom in on location 87, I can just free-form a question. For example, what are the items driving excess inventory at location 87? And what we'll see now is Lumi spring into action. So it's thinking out loud, showing you every step of the way. If you want to see this in action, you can just toggle show thinking. And now you'd be able to see, for example, the context that's being pulled from the knowledge base, which essentially contains all the information, the tables, the fields, any details on certain definitions gets pulled in. It's then generating the query. So again, the explanation, the assumptions, the actual code, running this code in the data warehouse. You can also open up the code in the query builder and edit it yourself, and the data is retrieved. So now at this point, we've isolated the top offenders. As you can clearly see here, here are the items with the largest excess inventory position at location 87. This is a rather straightforward question in our opinion. There's nothing too particularly difficult about this. Where I think Lumi's power really shines is in its ability to recommend what you should do with this inventory. So as a follow-up, you can ask questions like, for each of these items, find the best location to absorb the excess inventory, right? And this is a classic inventory rebalancing analysis over here. And for those not familiar, this is actually quite involved. It requires multi-step reasoning, nuanced logic. You're essentially asking Lumi to analyze sales and inventory positions across every single item store combination, find location that can actually absorb the excess inventory and sell it, right? This type of analysis would take a human analyst a few weeks to do, to craft. Lumi would do this in just a matter of seconds, right? When I was in consulting, this is a classic type of report or analysis we would run for a few of our retail clients. And you can see the explanation's quite involved over here. This will take a few seconds to run since it's crunching through a really large data set, which you can always see via the prompt helper. So it shows you what tables and fields are available to querying. So in this example, we can see the inventory, we can see the sales, you can see we're querying about 152 million sales transactions. So this is a fairly large data set that we're working with here, and Lumi's just analyzing it as we go. Other things you can do is attach Excel, CSVs, PDFs as well, so you can combine insights from multiple sources. You can see Lumi's done running, so it's given us essentially the insight. And you can see here, it's a very clear action plan. Here's the item. Here's how many units we should transfer and to what location we should transfer it to. And so that's the beauty of Lumi. You can start off with an alert in your inbox, click into it, ask it to isolate the top offenders, and then give you a recommendation on what you should do to rectify the issue. And in doing that, in this case, free up significant amounts of working capital. At this point, there's a few things you can do. So you can thumbs up, thumbs down the analysis, which reinforces behavior. You can request verification. So this would be sent to someone on the data team to validate or collaborate on. You can choose to share this with anyone on the team as needed. Or, and to take this back to where we started, you can add it to a board. So when you add an insight to a board, it looks a bit like this. So you have your dashboard, you can edit it, you can click over here, you can resize things as needed, click save, you can choose to publish this with everyone on the team, you can check and set a refresh cadence as needed. There's an AI summary of the insights as well. Any point in time, you can click and expand any of these cards. And this is where we started. This is also where you can set any alerts notifying me or any of the users when any of these conditions happen. So it's just the functionality, really showcasing and emphasizing Lumi's chat and boards modules, just showing how easy it is to just get alerts, ask questions, explore ideas, and find value in just a matter of seconds. Hope you enjoyed watching this.